Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
I think you need to adjust that.
You adjusted it first.
Yes, and if I hadn't, I'd have been off it completely.
I think you pointed it. Alright, there we go. So we are back again, getting rid of these sunglasses. Those are going to break someday.
And the actors are going to celebrate because apparently they're very uncomfortable.
This is true. I did pick up just the cheapest sunglasses that I could for all of my Alphabet patients, just so they would all match. For some reason, they all have little bottle openers in the arms of the glasses.
In the arms of the glasses that are really uncomfortable at the sides of the actors' heads.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly just they're a little tight. The bottle openers actually aren't that uncomfortable. It's just the fact they're tight.
That's it. Hey, Leo.
Hey. We got Leo. We got a few people coming in. There we go.
I think we're going to have some people who missed this because of my schedule, and I apologize.
Yeah, I hope that everybody got the word that we, shifted back onto our planned schedule for this evening.
Basically what happened was, I was supposed to go away for the weekend to do my LARPing thing, but 2 weeks ago, my weekend co-pilot put in his 2 weeks. So this is the first weekend he's not here, they weren't able to find anyone willing to take my shift because it's Easter weekend.
Yeah, we couldn't find a replacement. You couldn't find a replacement at work.
Yeah, my boss couldn't find a replacement.
So you didn't end up leaving for the weekend, so we're on our usual schedule.
But, to make things slightly more complicated, my co-pilot worked until 8 p.m.
Yep.
Now, we were able to find someone to come in today from when I leave until 8, so here I am, but there was no one who could do it on Easter, so...
That's why we're not doing it on Sunday.
Otherwise, we'd have just carried on doing it on Sunday, so as not to confuse you.
So, episode 8 is going to be the only one that's actually offset, and it'll be offset to 9 p.m.
But still on Saturday.
We're going to be doing it 9 p.m. on Saturday next week, is the plan for next week.
Because I don't get out of work until 8.
Yes.
Hi, Darren. Hi, Scott. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, peoples.
Well, good thing you're typing. You don't have to talk, so your sore throat will be okay.
Yeah. Now, I know I keep saying that there's a bonus video that I wanted to put out, and I was going to put it out yesterday, and then I was not feeling well these last 2 days. I had I don't know if it was a stomach bug or what, but I got woken up with a nasty pain in my gut on Thursday night, and I was just, it just knocked me out for all of Friday. In the middle of the night.
Woke me up, too.
Well, what I'm saying, it just knocked me out for all of Friday. I was just dead. So I couldn't, I sat at my computer trying it, and I'm just like...
Yeah, Scott, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna be back on that 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. schedule.
Yeah. Saturdays
and Sundays until I get a new co-pilot.
I mean, it's in that regard, it's a good thing that
that the show is going on hiatus.
Supposedly, we haven't actually, I think, received full confirmation, but we're pretty sure that it goes on hiatus after episode 8, just as it has for the last several years, since
Tragic
Super
with a capital T.
Yeah. I am so glad that I was able to get Power Reviews 87 out, and I really hope that everybody has been enjoying it.
Oh no,
even if it has been very sad.
I hope it doesn't hurt too badly. Eat a lot of ice cream. Don't use a straw for a while.
Everybody's in bad shape this week. Everybody's sick this week.
Pudding is also good.
Mmm.
Cold pudding, not hot pudding. Not like
only in moderation, though.
But he just had a tooth pulled. He needs to eat soft, cold food.
Well, I'm just saying, don't eat 7 cups of pudding.
7 cups?
17 cups.
17 cups. My husband once ate 17 cups of pudding in one sitting.
That was not the best of choices. I should have counted those cups of pudding before I started.
He took a bet that he could eat all the pudding, but
yeah, I did not take the moment to check how much pudding we actually had. We had a lot. Which was
well more than 17, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. That was a lot of pudding.
Yeah. Things you do in college. I think I may be the only person in the history of who's ever been pudding dialed.
I
ate too much pudding, and
I wanted to call you to let you know that I loved you, just in case I died of pudding.
Yeah, he thought he was going to die of pudding.
That was a...
But you were partially incoherent as well.
There's only so much pudding a human can consume.
What type of PR episode are we thinking of reviewing for 88? Oh, we don't just think of.
Oh.
88 is well underway, and we know exactly which episode.
Yes, 88 is fully written. It's partially filmed. The
I think
episode,
they just want to know which season.
The episode for 88 is going to get announced with the preview. I will tell you this, and it's something that actually makes me kind of sad, because I wanted to incorporate it. I was not able to find an appropriate Mystic Force episode for year 3.
So there will not be a Mystic Force episode between now and...
I really wanted there to be one, but I just couldn't find a good fit.
We actually do know what episode each episode is reviewing.
Yep,
They are all set in stone, and Mystic Force is not on there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Overdrive was always going to get left out. Mystic Force only ended up getting left out because there was other episodes that I knew I wanted to get to for specific things, and I couldn't find a Mystic Force episode that fit the story that I was looking for. I was considering it for 87, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3 ended up being a much better fit. Honestly, Brush with Destiny was not one that I had originally planned on early on, but ended up being a really good fit with what ended up happening with the whole Nightmares Come to Life thing. I was really surprised at how well A Brush with Destiny fit 87. For something where, when I first started with 87, that was not the episode I was going to review, and I ended up changing it kind of midstream as I was going into it, realizing, because it was originally going to be, it was going to be the one with Mischief, the Potion Notion. I was originally going to be doing the Potion Notion, and 87 was originally going to be completely different. But the way the story evolved, it just went in an entirely different direction by the time I got to 86. I'm like, this is not going to work anymore. This has gotten way more plot-heavy, and I need something that actually reflects where I've taken this new direction.
Aww.
Oh, what's up?
Leo wishes the Power Rangers were his siblings, and he's never felt like this the whole time he's watched Power Rangers.
He's just like Nate. Okay, so it looks like we got a pretty good...
Nate does not wish Zoe was his sister.
True, but he does refer to to the Rangers as his family.
No, you haven't missed anything yet, Athena.
No,
we're just explaining how we wound up back on Saturday and discussing 88.
Yes. But yeah, 88...
We have not yet started reviewing.
We are going to continue to be hitting some nice, important episodes. 88 will be dealing with the fallout of 87 and transitioning into the next arc of year 3. Basically, 87 was pretty much the culmination of what I would consider the Time Storm arc of year 3. So, even though it's not completely resolved yet, and will be resolved a little bit more in the next episode as we sort of deal with the fallout, that was very much just everything of the last, the last half dozen episodes of year 3 coming to a head. With everyone's backstories. So, all that being said, it is time to kick off episode 7 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, Friend Indeed.
Not to be confused with Friend in Me.
Which was back in Season 3. Ooh, train. It's a choo-choo train.
Aha! Just what we need. Time to make a roller drop. To derail the greater battle force.
Okay, that's a weird audio thing. Because, they're using the voice modifiers they usually use in their morph forms, but they're unmorphed.
You are going to help us steal the B-Spot's memory data and put it on these.
Because if we can get that data to Scrazzle, he can figure out how to control the Megazord.
Audio is not
well, it's a little hard to tell. Oh, that's interesting. The title didn't appear until the cut.
Listen. We are having an audio issue.
Whoa. I need a break.
Yeah, you're right.
You got it.
It was really hard to tell because it was the...
For you, it's blueberry. Blueberry.
How are you holding that? That is part of your hand, isn't it? That has been velcroed to his hand.
Sorry, I'm late, Devin.
Cut in half and velcro to his hand, yes. All aboard the Evox Express.
Did you take that shortcut through the park I told you about?
No, but I... Never mind. I think I've had enough training for one day.
Really? I could use another round.
Of course you could.
You're up with our sound.
But I'm not. See ya.
I don't know.
Maybe I could train with you. I know just what you need to work on.
Really? Okay.
Unfortunately, considering it wasn't like this when we were watching YouTube earlier, I don't think it's the television.
It's strange.
I think it's Spectrum.
How come you're hitting so softly?
Well, I don't want to hurt you.
I'm not that fragile. If we're gonna fight, you have to...
What is that?
What's this?
Morph-X. It's green.
Oh no, it's on my hands. Sorry, I must have gotten it on there at lunch.
This is a
Lunch?
new shirt.
What? Lunch.
Lunch? You're a robot. You don't even eat.
Is it
Of course I don't
Morph-X?
eat. I
Never mind. That's enough for today. I got a lot to do.
Beast spots are not having a great day.
They're feeling neglected.
Hey, Nate, have you seen Jax?
Yeah, he was here a minute ago. He left that bag.
That must be my office supplies.
Office supplies.
What in the world?
Oh, Zoe!
Hey, Jax.
What happened to my supplies? You got napkins, paper plates, and
Party?
party hats?
Oh, you gotta be joking! That supply clerk must have given me the wrong bag. What a pay!
Hey, Jax, me too. Hi, Zoe.
Is it a surprise party for Zoe?
Back so quick?
Yeah. And she noticed that the clerk gave me the wrong bag.
Shoot! Hard to find a good clerk war.
Don't worry, I'll get your supplies. Betty, can you give me a hand?
Definitely a surprise party for Zoe.
Yeah, definitely. Or maybe we're assuming surprise party for Zoe. It could be a surprise party for all the Rangers. We'll see what happens.
It's frosting.
Where are they off to in such a hurry?
Jax.
Oh.
I asked him to get off the supplies.
The B-Spot has frosting on his
He ends
hand.
up with party supplies.
Yeah.
From a cake he must have been making.
Don't forget your Beast-X blasters. We have the same
Aw.
problem with our Beast
What?
Box.
Poor laundry person in the hallway picking up the knocked over boxes.
That was a nice little bit there.
It's pretty annoying.
That was a nice attention to detail. Anytime you have like background characters doing something useful, it's nice.
No?
Let's go.
I mean, you're not wrong, Darren.
Out here.
What's up? Yeah. What what?
What just happened?
Hologram.
It was a hologram.
Oh, that's sneaky.
You mean it was an illusion?
Also, you guys were really bad at dodging a car.
A nano projector into all of your blasters so
That-
you can create holograms for when you get in a jam.
That's cool, but why did none of you dodge the car?
It's awful hot today.
You shot it.
Thanks, but not right now, Bruce.
Just for a few minutes.
Smash. Learning about a new weapon. It's important.
Would you guys come in and go to the party that we're trying to throw for you?
Well, okay.
Whoa, Tronics.
Or Tronics.
That's interesting.
Jax.
I feel like this is one of the first times I've ever seen like a whole collection of minions just show up, just running on from like the distance.
Yeah,
They
it
did-
kind of looked like Saturday morning orbs. At large.
Fair enough.
I mean, because that's
Robbie likes those dropkicks.
basically how the NPCs show up at large, coming over the hill or around the tree or out of the trees or whatever.
Yeah.
Jake, who's your favorite Beast Spot?
Well, I feel like we haven't seen much of them so far. Like, I do definitely have a soft spot for Nick just by virtue of it being Kelson. No, actually, my favorite is Jack, because I love doing his voice during crit defense, and I know that's cheating.
The distraction worked.
Oh dear! He's draining Nick of his memory data.
One down, two to go.
Why is this the ability of a train?
Nice one, Robbie. No one messes with the Blue Ranger.
Is he trained in
Yes.
somehow?
Yes.
Because I was thinking maybe he was a tape deck.
No.
Centaur.
No, he was trained
Oh
originally.
yeah, he's got the
He's got the thing for the electric.
electric thing that you don't really see on that many American trains. Anyway.
Yeah, which makes it extra funny that they used like a steam engine to make him. Rangers, go Power Rangers, go. It's morphin' time. For justice we fight with Beast Morphin' might. Whenever we rise. Go Power Rangers, go Power Rangers, Power Rangers Beast Morphers. But yeah, I haven't really had a chance to form an opinion on most of the Beast Bots because they've been in so little of the show so far. It's actually kind of amusing that that the bad guys had this plan of, oh, we'll do a distraction, and then that will allow us to scan the Beast Bots. Whereas this is like the first time that most of the Beast Bots, okay, not first time, this is one of the very few times the Beast Bots have even been outside of the base.
Aside from as a motorcycle.
Yes. But like, what were the odds that all three Beast Bots would just be outside the base in this case?
Yes, he's dating his mind. Choo 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 choo!
I'm Laura King.
But
Nicholas is my first
yeah, I think in Go Busters, he just did this and run around a lot.
To the point where he just didn't want to read.
That was his main thing.
Feel
He
like
was a
he
train.
measured up. He shut down. I was like, how do I get him to open up? ABC Mouse was the answer for him. I mean, it was like a light went off.
Yeah. If there's a car coming at you, yeah, I guess you can shoot it with your lasers, but like,
Get out of the way!
get out of the way. It doesn't matter if it's a hologram car. You should move, especially if you have, like super jumping ability or super speed.
I feel like next time we do this, we should move the camera over there. So that when we're looking at the screen,
Oh,
we
so
don't
it
look so
lines up a little
weird
bit
over
more.
there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
And when I'm looking up here, I don't look so weird from here.
Well, I mean, you're still looking at the TV.
No, actually, I'm looking at I'm addressing this camera.
Oh, okay. Or
When I'm looking at the TV, I always look up.
Or we could try centering our table.
Or send to the table. I think it might be a great idea to get these in line better.
Yeah.
Swag steals with a kiss.
Why would you want that? Why do you want a keychain to kiss things? Was there a market demand for that?
Stack up the fun with a cool
I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
wow.
wanted
Beanie
my
Babies.
Happy Meal's birthday.
keychain.
Beanie Babies are back. 40 years later, as a McDonald's toy.
40
And
years?
and on. When you ask your parents
Beanie
to
Babies have been around for 40 years?
You can scan your toy to unlock awesome adventures and fuel the fun
That's
with
what
the
it
power
said.
of protein and milk. Only from McDonald's.
That means the Beanie Babies were around long before they must have become popular in our generation.
I guess so.
They must have just been around, and then they had a fad time around our time.
They were around for like 20 years, and then they blew up, and now they've been around for another 20 years.
Yeah.
Weird.
Either that or it's 40 years of the Thai Corporation making stuffed animals.
Oh, there's a special going on with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Bad guy convention.
Has Splinter turned against his own sons? Looks like I have to teach you a lesson. And will the ultimate foe be reborn? Find
That
out
isn't-
in Shadow of Evil, a brand
Is
new
it
live
the introduction of Shredder into this?
this morning at 9:30.
I don't know. I have not been keeping up with the current
You're
Ninja
watching
Turtles.
Power Rangers.
I didn't keep up with the 2012 Ninja Turtles either. until eventually I got caught up. Alright, and we're back. Okay. Yep, there you go. Jax got rescued.
Darn it!
What happened?
I was attacked! I only have 2 data discs!
Oh no.
That'll have to do for now. Come on.
I don't know where they got 40 years.
Please!
The Thai Corporation didn't even exist until 1986.
Guys!
Maybe it's 40 years of McDonald's.
The Robotron had some weird disc.
I doubt that.
He said he needed one more.
One more disc.
Guys, come over here. Something's wrong with Cruz.
He's just...
Cruz, you okay?
Reboot complete. I am Cruz. What is your command, Red Ranger?
He has lost his
Why is he talking like
identity.
There's something wrong with Smash too.
I feel like memory wipes
We don't complete.
would make more
How can I
sense
assist you, Blue Ranger?
if,
Same as Cruz.
like,
Let's head them to the lab.
if we had established their...
That Robotron seems
Any
to have
bonding
stored
before
all
now?
kinds of data from their memory drives, including their personalities.
Meaning what?
Meaning that they don't remember becoming friends with you. All they know is
Neither
they're
do we.
supposed to obey you, period.
Just
Okay.
obey us. Really? No questions asked.
Oh, wow! You guys are jerks.
It's not urgent, Nate. Take your time.
Really? Really?
This could be a short look.
Guys!
No more forgetting things. No more mothering. The dude just when we tell him.
Why?
You
Wow!
are.
Those guys take their response for granted.
They really
I
do.
had someone like Cruz or Smash to look out for me. Someone to talk to when I was down.
Like a brother.
Yeah.
Exactly like a brother.
Trust me, brothers can be a pain too.
Does she have a brother?
Even Jax drives me a little crazy now.
It's...
Our Robotron get any other data?
No, but I guess they're trying to show that she doesn't take hers as much for advantage.
Yeah.
Even though she sent him on errands.
Well, I mean...
Cruz, thanks for picking me up.
Certainly.
Should we try out that shortcut I told you about?
As your command.
Adjusting it.
I mean...
However, I'd like to point out that this does lead some credence to what I said before about robot sentience. Or AI sentience.
Yeah.
They pulled their active memory, and
Yeah.
they have reverted to... This isn't sentience.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hurt me? That was a terrible shortcut.
But you told me to take it.
That's
I
true.
guess I did. Okay, let's go. But no more shortcuts.
As your command.
That beautiful bike is so muddy.
Now, you're not gonna go easy on me this time, are you?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Whatever manner you request.
He's gonna get punched across the room!
Yeah, because it's a giant robot gorilla.
Until I'm ready, don't think you're gonna hurt me, just bam. Like a real fight. I just...
No.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
Gee, I hope the Silver Ranger doesn't start off.
Whoa, what was that?
We'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You told me not to wait until you were ready.
What? I did?
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't mean it.
Request alteration noted.
You guys had that coming so hard.
Something I can help with?
Yeah, have you seen my tablet?
Sure have. I charged it up for you. It's in Nate's lab.
Actually, I looked in the lab and it's not there. I'll just check if you left it in here.
Oh, I'm pretty certain it's not.
Do you know the code?
The code to that door?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, that's the room where we hid
just
the party.
Surprise
You
party.
must know the code.
Welcome back, Leo!
Oh,
And yes, Dustin, they are! And I'm not happy with them at all!
sorry, Zoe.
They are taking advantage of their Beast Bot's
See if I have
temporary, hopefully temporary, lack of proper sapience.
Exactly as
Really?
you commanded
Really
them to, but they are the ones who made mistakes?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
You
Nate is the IT guy right now, and they are...
And he didn't. Oh, sometimes I think I'd be better off without a Beast Spot.
Oh,
Oh!
Jax. No. getting a sag.
See?
Yeah,
Your
that's
tab
right
is
there.
charging. You put your coat over it.
Oh, poor Jax. Oh.
Jax, wait.
Respect the tech!
Poor Jax.
Jax,
Oh, now he doesn't care about ruining the surprise.
what is this?
It was supposed to be a surprise. Smash, Cruz, and I, we wanted to throw you a party.
Green cake.
Yep.
So that's why you had the party supplies. And I thought you were just careless.
Cruz was helping. That's why he was late to pick you up, Devin.
Let me guess. Smash got icing on his hand when he was frosting the cake.
You
That
felt
does
terrible
not look
about
like a
your
real
shirt.
cake, but
We
I
see
appreciate
how
it.
hard you work and how you
Oh,
risk
dear.
everything to protect the city.
There's a
We
cake.
wanted to give you a break. A party just for you to say thanks.
You do realize what's going to
The
happen later,
nicest thing
though, right?
anyone's ever done for me.
Me too. Make that 3.
I'm so sorry about the tablet and
There's a cake.
everything.
What's going to happen? This is Power
Guess I
Rangers.
come on you for more than
Oh.
you realize.
Ben and Betty are gonna pop out of it.
Or it's going to pop onto them.
We all have.
We don't deserve friends like our Beast Bots.
That's true, you don't.
You two really don't!
There you are. I know why Blaze stole their data. He got the program
I mean-
to drive the Megazord.
Oh,
She
dear.
screwed up too,
Programming from
but
all 3 Beast Bots.
Which is why they were after Jax.
If they capture the memory drives, they could control the Megazord.
I'm the last one who wants to get his memories zapped. But if they want me so bad, maybe I could help set a trap.
No way. You could get hurt. Jax, I haven't been a very good friend, but I promise to be one now. And that starts with making sure that you're safe.
Zoe, this might be the only way to get Smash and Cruz back to normal.
like Zoe
And besides, if anyone
ungrateful.
can keep me safe,
Yeah,
it's the
and
Rangers.
said some hurtful things.
yeah. But she was,
Okay,
she
Jax.
still at least recognized Jax as, like, having a certain level of personhood.
They said the
Yeah.
Voltron was made here.
She said he was like an annoying brother.
Yeah.
She was annoyed at him like an annoying brother.
Whereas,
These two have started treating their Beast Bots like things, and I'm not okay with that.
yeah.
I mean, you could say that kind of, you could hurt another human in the same way she just did that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish he just wasn't around.
Yeah.
No! Don't take my memories, too!
Oh dear.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, they're setting their trap.
Well, they're not only setting their trap. Look at Jax's eyes.
What about them?
Down for the third time, Green.
What's wrong with his eyes?
Doesn't he usually have red lights in his eyes?
No. He has white eyes.
Okay, doesn't he usually have lights in his eyes?
Oh, that could just be the lighting of the situation. They are outside.
I was thinking it might have been a decoy Jax.
Possible. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I bet it is. But I bet it's not that it's a different Jax so much as... What did we establish at the beginning of the episode?
Introducing non-stop spring styles for the family. Hurry into Old Navy stores for 50%
What did we
off
establish
your
at the beginning of the
entire
episode? What's our new
purchase.
tech?
Dresses from $12 for
Hologram!
Hologram.
Only at Old Navy.
Yeah, Leo, the Rangers are being total jerks.
Yeah, maybe. That's,
Two of them are being dehumanizing jerks, and one of them is being a jerk in the way you're a jerk to your little brother, and you really shouldn't be.
yeah. It's... I mean,
With Witch Doctor Spinner.
there are a few... What? Are those miniature versions of BattleBots? Wow. Those haven't been a thing in a while.
Now that is a cool toy.
That is fair. And they're
Okay,
miniature versions,
next,
so they're not
I
dangerous.
want you to make modular ones, so that we can, you know,
I mean,
make your own Beast Bot.
they're
not
based
Beast Bot.
off hex bugs, which I think are modular. No. But
I don't think they're truly based off hex bugs, because hex bugs are those little...
well, it's
No, it's by the hex bugs people, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's based on the same technology.
fair enough.
Because hex bugs are not remote control.
Right.
And also, their locomotion is caused by vibration.
Okay.
Because what they are is little vibrating pods with tiny rubber legs.
Yeah.
So the vibration makes the rubber legs cause them to... You know, like if you put something on top of a dryer
Right,
or the washing
right.
machine? That's how hex bugs work.
Don't miss Ryan's mystery playdate.
But yeah, I'm a little torn on
I
some
love
things.
BattleBots too, Athena!
I'm a little torn on some aspects of this
actual
episode.
BattleBots. I used to watch that.
I am Captain
The
America.
BattleBots TV show,
Yeah.
where they would like actually go up against each
Oh
other.
yeah, I remember that. I watched a few episodes of that.
Shock Marker, Skunk Bat, Gloves, Motorcycle, Zorgo. Where's the Beast Morpher roller call? I'm gonna guess that this person's name is actually a bunch of emojis, but it's not rendering properly.
I have no idea.
On Comedy Central!
Yeah, it was on
I think
there.
it was on Comedy Central.
It was on. It's been on a few different channels, I believe.
I think it was on Discovery before as well.
And how it's mixed up.
But yeah, I'm torn on some aspects of this episode because
Yes,
Nate
they
was
are
saying
dirty violators.
that the Beast Bots don't remember becoming friends with the Rangers. Which, I mean, they never actually really established that during the series that process of them becoming friends before.
Well, I'm going to guess
And
that
considering-
process was actually gone through with the previous set of Rangers. Which would mean that Robbie's the only one who had a real pre-established relationship.
No, because they met them all in episode 2. Robbie had never met Smash before that.
They must have been active long enough to gain sapience, though.
I don't know. It seems to have been just their original default setting were personalities, and then those personalities got wiped. I guess the personalities were built. There we go.
See?
Don't take my memories.
No
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, he's not really lit up right now.
My collection, you worthless little bunny.
Worthless I can take, but no one calls me little. No!
What? Wait. The hologram was the crate, not Jax. Also, dude, why did you bring the other 2 discs?
Jax's eyes are still
I've got the
quite big.
delivery discs. Jax,
Well, part of that I think is the lighting. It's outside.
be safe.
Now let's end this.
But yeah, they just don't seem to be bothering lighting up his eyes. It's interesting. He's got modifiable arms. It seems like before he had actual hands, and just now in the transition they showed him.
No, his hands are inside.
Well, yeah. Well,
No, they're still... The 4 prongs and the hand isn't here.
right. But they showed a glowing as the 4 prongs appeared over his hands. Because before he needed hands in order to be able to handle the discs.
But he still has hands.
Not visible ones.
They're not? I thought they were right there in the center of the 4 prongs.
No, that's just a spike.
That's weird. Right.
They gave him hands in the original footage. This is the Sentai footage now. So in order for this plot to work, they had to give him hands. So those were original hands. That was clever.
I'm out of service.
That's what you get for picking on our B-spots.
Great teamwork, guys.
We lost the B-spot data. Let's see how the Rangers like the new Gigatronics inside this alpha model.
Oh, I like that term, Gigatronics. That's a good name for the for the bonus drones.
You said the new Gigatronics inside this
Gigatron.
Gigatron.
Yep. There you go, Gigatronics.
Oh.
That was this is our first time actually seeing the Gigatronics.
Memories uploaded. Gigatron's been detected.
This better work.
We can't beat that Gigatron without their help. And most importantly, we just need our friends back.
Yeah!
Yeah, not that you were really friends to them.
I feel dizzy.
Oh, it's like a train hit me.
So glad to see you again, Smash.
Welcome back, Cruz.
I'm
Did you go
The
somewhere?
train did kind
Let's
of.
play later. Right now, we got some bigger problems to do.
The train was still just such an odd choice for this episode.
Those guys are so lucky their Beast Bots don't remember the period of time where they were...
Yeah, because...
Smash.
Yeah.
Activate gorilla mode.
Thought you'd never ask.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Rocket storm.
This is a good sword fight.
Powerful.
It's a 3-on-3.
Right, Robbie?
Where's, there it is.
You know, it's a darn good thing that those Beast Bots have the capability to drive those things without you, and you're going
Let's show 'em.
Disassembly engaged. Beast X Megazord. Come on.
There we go. Megazord attack.
Beast X Megazord. Unleashed.
Go, go, Power Rangers. No, he sounded like Danny DeVito the whole time.
Yeah,
Beast X Blade.
that's been his whole thing. I do find it funny that they did this, basically the same voice for Jax that I...
Well, someone was
that I
saying he
did
sounded more Southern to them earlier, but I don't think he sounded Southern.
Yeah, he has a very coarse voice.
Yeah.
Beast X.
Excuse me.
Hyper strike.
Yeah, but he's a New Yorker is what he is.
Also, that little
He's
modified...
got some attitude problem.
The little modified version of the Red Ranger's helmet is I know we've seen it before, but it is just a nice little touch of detail that I do like.
Low. I can't see a thing.
Mm.
Hello.
Oh, now
They
they're
don't know the surprises room.
now they're flipping the party.
Here?
Oh man, did someone mess up again?
They are red.
Surprise!
Very light red.
Thank you, Beast Bots.
These are green. These are
You
yellow.
are
These are red.
best friends.
Gee whiz.
Oh, he's got the red in the center.
I think I
And around the
might
eyes.
just try.
Oh, don't do that.
Little tick marks
No rust.
around the dials.
We found out that you guys
Okay,
planned
fair
us a
enough.
party, and the truth is,
You're the ones that deserve the party.
They forget to say it. But you guys are best friends.
the way Rangers wouldn't be Rangers without you.
Look around the perimeter of his eyes.
So
You can't see right now.
Have you guys seen Men in Ready?
In the cake.
Bruce, you were supposed to remind me.
Oh no! I forgot.
What's going on? Surprise!
Told you they were popping out the cake.
Fair enough.
You've been in there the whole time? Actually,
Wow.
it wasn't so bad.
We ate a lot of cake.
Yeah, the size of the cake lends itself best towards
Popping out, yeah.
That's true.
take that car to the warehouse right away.
Wow, they really love playing with that helmet prop there.
Wait, there's someone called Fandom Knight? That's awesome.
Whoa! Somehow this place is even more.
Yeah, it could be New Jersey. It could be Jersey.
Now, what is Strassel?
Northern Jersey, though. Like Jersey
Wait.
City.
Wait, what's Strassel up
Any
to?
of your crackpot schemes?
Jersey Shore.
I'm creating a cybergate. What? Evos can use it to return to your Earth dimension and finally take over the morphing grid.
Oh my.
So,
No, we're not ready, kids.
No. So basically they're making a nether portal.
Yeah. They're creating the cybergate. Is that what it was? So I'm curious where this is where this is going to go for next time with this cybergate idea thing. Happy Easter, thank you. It is appropriate, I think, that this episode so prominently featured a bunny.
Oh my goodness.
What?
There are Banary everywhere in Pokemon Go right now. Banary and Execute.
Okay. Because
Everywhere.
it's Easter. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely.
Thank you, Strong.
I definitely did feel a little torn on some aspects of this episode, just because.
I really do not like them showing the Power Rangers as being so callous as to dehumanize their
Yeah.
spots.
Like.
That was
That was uncomfortable.
That was incredibly uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah, I get that they had to learn the lesson, but...
But, look, you could have learned the lesson in a way more similar to Zoe.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you were ungrateful jerks without treating a sapient creature like an object.
I feel like, well, certain aspects of this
Snake
episode
does have a crush on the Yellow Ranger.
felt like it would have fit a little bit better earlier in the season, before they had a chance to really recognize their Beast Bots had personalities. Or if the Beast Bots, you know, hadn't been established with personalities initially or something like that. The fact that they were established right from the get-go as having personalities, they've had time to get to know them, they're referring to them as having been their friends, their behavior in this episode was just ridiculous.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
It was reprehensible.
Yeah, it was...
The boys' behavior was
Ravi and
reprehensible.
Devin were both really being bad in this
Zoe
episode.
was a flat-up jerk, but in a way that was more understandable.
It wasn't dehumanizing.
It wasn't dehumanizing. She was a jerk. She had a lesson to learn, and she learned it. And if the boys had been written more similarly, that would have played better. Because right now, they have basically become...
They basically become...
abusers.
Yeah, it was not... That was very uncomfortable.
I didn't like that at all.
Like, the way that Ravi and Devin reacted to...
To finding out that their friends' personalities had been wiped, that they were essentially dead and replaced by machines.
They were weirdly... They weren't just cool with that, they were happy about it. And that was really uncomfortable.
How do you celebrate the death of personality of your AI friend?
Because here's the thing, it could have worked in certain regards if they did not recognize, if they just did not recognize the sapience.
That would be essentially the same as the crew of the Enterprise celebrating Data becoming a robot with no personality that just does what it's told.
Yeah.
Instead of being really freaked out and upset that the personality that they have known this whole time that was sapient is gone. They showed no signs of sapience. Well, they were sentient but not sapient, because there is a difference.
Right.
They lost their sapience. Essentially, their personhood died, and you were happy.
I mean, yeah, they got it back, but that didn't make it okay. Also,
obviously the moral of the episode is that you need to appreciate your friends.
Right.
But unfortunately it's completely overshadowed by the moral that you shouldn't celebrate your friends being killed.
Here's the thing. I will recognize there are some gray zones when you're dealing with AI. If they had not been...
They had been established as sapient.
Yeah, if they had not been established that way, okay.
Okay.
If they had addressed these things in a more clinical manner, where it was more like, okay, you know, like sometimes, for instance, maybe, you know, your phone might have like a specific voice and a specific customized set, you know, if it was like a video game character that had been customized kind of thing, where it's like, we lost these settings.
The problem is the show already established them as sapient.
Yeah. But it was phrased as, they lost their personalities and they don't remember becoming friends with you. If you hadn't phrased it that way, it wouldn't have felt quite so harsh. But because it was phrased that way, it's like, okay, just in your clinical description of what is happening, you have described it as a death of personality. Like, and the Rangers are happy about that.
In certain genres of science fiction, death of personality is a sentence that has replaced the death penalty.
Yeah, I know.
Where you get your personality wiped out and then get reprogrammed into a person who is like a monk or something, so you can do community service for the rest of your life.
Babylon 5, clearly, is the...
And that is what happened to these Beast Bots.
They weren't even given a new personality or anything. They were just devoid of personality. There were a lot of just uncomfortable
How long
elements
have
to
we
this
been
plot
doing
line.
a Power Rangers?
How long? Well, we've been doing these live streams for about a year. We've been doing live reactions without the live stream for 4.5 years, a little over 4 years now. And we have been doing a Power Rangers YouTube channel for 6.5 years.
And we have been watching Power Rangers.
I've been watching Power Rangers since it premiered in 1993. To answer the question of how long have you been doing a Power Rangers? So there are many answers to that question. So yeah, I liked elements of it. I liked that they learned their lesson, and I liked that, we had that moment at the end, and I thought that the emotions from the Jax and Zoe elements worked well. They touched the heart.
Zoe elements were
Jax
perfect.
was excellent in this episode. Jax was really the standout star of this episode.
And I have to give kudos both to Jax's voice actor and to whomever was puppeteering him.
Yeah.
Because they made his body language play. And that's not easy on a robot with as few points of articulation as he has.
Yeah. Had to give him a little clamp so he could hand off the tablet. Oh, that was such a moment there.
Here's your tablet. You put your jacket in front
That
of
was such a moment. Like, there were some genuinely good moments in
And the
here.
tonality he had when he said you put your jacket in front of it wasn't one of I told you so. It was one of like, oh,
Here you go, honey.
yeah, sweetheart. Like
He
it was
was
almost like
He was like trying
you
to
messed it
still.
up a little, but it's okay, sweetie.
He was trying to still be helpful while being hurt, and
Yeah.
that is just tugs at your heartstring right there.
And then, someone asked me at the beginning of this episode who my favorite beat
Yeah,
Jax
Jax.
was, and I said Jax, and
Yeah,
now
Jax
it's only solidified.
Jax ended up really being the standout star of this episode.
Much better if Beast Morpher has bad bat.
Bat bad? Bat bad guy? I don't know what bat bad guy means.
You have a chance to watch your Power Rangers? ?
What's that?
Yes, we watch Power Rangers.
I don't know. Wait, where was the question? What was the
Samantha Allard. Have you
let's
have
see.
a chance to watch your Power Rangers? We
For some
just
reason I'm not
watched
seeing it.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's what we were just doing.
She's right there at the top.
Oh no, there it is. Okay, I didn't see it. I was frustrated with Devin and Robbie have been just not. Well, Devin in particular has been not great person these last two
Jax
episodes.
is the R2-D2 of Power Rangers, if he could talk, and his voice sounded like Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's true.
I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, so
I did a little bit.
but-
He was the New Yorker. Hey, Yug, we're gonna do this thing.
Much better if Beast Morpher has bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's referring to. I'm sorry to hear about your...
Your tooth. Yeah, he mentioned that
Yeah.
before. Was it a molar? I'll bet it was a molar.
It's time to duel.
Was the one with the 4 roots
Yeah.
instead of the one big root?
Yeah.
You get the 4 root ones pulled. Oh!
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm so sorry, Chase.
there's definitely one other thing that's been a little bit strange.
3
with...
roots.
Okay, that was probably...
What, a baby one?
That would have been like a canine. I believe. Going off of my memory of having animated teeth. For those of you who don't recall, I had an internship back in college where I worked on the Nicktoon, Attacking the Power of Juju. And I worked on the episode This Bites, where there were a bunch of undead teeth attacking the village. So I had to animate little teeth skittering around. It was a lot of fun. Yes, Dyrano, I have not had a chance to read through your
it's a
other...
molar with 3.
Oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to read through your stories yet. I'll get to it. I had enough time to reply to a message, but reading through a story, I'm in the last week of my classes. I have my final project for one class due tomorrow, and the final project for my other class due on Wednesday, and then my time should open up a little bit to take care of some other things. But
most likely a lower molar, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Because upper molars are more likely to have 4, but apparently 3 or 4 are both valid for molars.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The molars did have 3. It was the incisors that had 2, and the canines only had the 1. They were just hopping.
Incisors and canines both have 1. The first premolar has 2.
Oh, okay.
On the upper. And the lower incisors have possibly 2. I looked at dentistry.
That's fine. Alright, as far as...
That being said, ouch.
Can we do more Power Rangers? We will be continuing to make more videos about Power Rangers on a weekly basis, as we do.
Yeah, we do this all the time.
Yeah, Power Reviews will continue to be releasing episodes at whatever rate I can put them out, which seems to be every couple months. I'm going to try and pick that up over the summer before I start my
Yes, Darno, he does have all the rest of the messages. He's just taking a while to get through them all, because he only just recently got to any of them. And it's a lot of reading.
Yep. But yeah, I
Thank you, Chase.
I will admit I was amused how I got misled a little bit on how the application of the holograms was going to be.
I was also misled, although I will admit
that was clever.
That in my case I was misled partially, that I was definitely...
You were distracted by Jax's eyes.
I was very distracted by the fact that Jax's eyes did not have the proper red markings. He has red markings around the outside of his dial, like the tick marks.
Okay.
And then he has that red thing in between.
Right.
And they were all missing, and that made me think he was a hologram.
They just didn't have his lights going.
Which made me think he was a hologram. I was like,
that would be a weird thing. That I don't know why the hologram would have a different lighting setup.
Well, I can't see any reason for Jax to look differently than normal, other than to try and tip us off that he's a hologram.
Or they're outside,
apparently,
and lighting is different.
Yes, Railtron.
Yes. Yeah, Railtron.
How to be a Power Rangers, where to start. It's fiction.
I mean, if you're talking about becoming a Power Ranger on the show, that means waiting until casting notices go out and sending in an audition, which usually tends to happen around April, May-ish.
Are they doing their auditions in LA again now? Or?
They have been, but I believe they also do people also send in tapes.
Yeah. There was a period of time where they were doing them in Canada.
Yes, I auditioned once in Canada. That was fun.
And they were doing them in New Zealand for a while, which is how we wound up with so many Kiwi actors.
Yeah, Mystic Force was the last time I think they really did...
casting outside of New Zealand?
Casting outside of New Zealand during the Disney era.
Right.
And then by the time that Saban Brand's era started up, I was too old. But yeah, one thing that's been a little bit strange about Beast Morphers so far has been the disconnect in a lot of episodes between the monster and the plot of the day, as far as the monster having anything really to do with the plot of the day. Like, Cyclotron, and it's funny to me that it keeps happening. You okay?
Yeah, I just inhaled some soda to try to get the last of it out of my
skull. But it's been funny how they've been sort of offset in different ways in a lot of regards. Like, Cyclotron Cyclotron was the episode before the episode with the bikes. Then we had Needletron in the episode with the bikes.
I'm good, Chase. Thanks.
Then we had Experimenting on Robbie in the episode with Shoveltron. Slicertron was fine. Meltatron, okay, that one had a purpose.
How was our day? Who is Be the Red Ranger?
I mean, Devin is the Red Ranger on Beast Morphers.
Devin? Are you talking about Devin?
The Red Ranger in Grid Defense was Rick. I've not been the Red Ranger because I'm a different Ranger. To address those questions. But yeah, but Railtron, that one just did not make a whole lot of sense as far as this episode, just other than they wanted to have a fight that involved all three Zords. That's the main
fight
thing.
with all three Zords goes well with the plot
With
of
the Beast Bots plot.
friendship
Yeah.
thing. Silver Stag is coming soon. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Yeah, I'm wondering at which point that's going to, I imagine, be something after the hiatus. I don't know what they're planning with that. They're definitely teasing with that head a lot. This is the third time we've seen that BJ Stag head. This was an unfortunately uncomfortable episode. I definitely liked elements of it, and they did a good job. They did a good job with setup and payoff. They did a good job with the story between Zoe and Jax. Oh, and I always like to double check who the writers were in a given episode.
Yeah, writers.
Because I'm sure it was Becca and Owen again. I'm curious if there was a third writer or not this time. Oh, and I hate how. I can't see right now.
It'll be nice. Maybe having an English as a second language.
Spectrum. Okay, Spectrum reformatted how it does its thing, and now the timeline bar is just a black bar, and there's no way I can pause and see the credits. It's completely
well done, Spectrum.
Spectrum is so bad at everything.
Sorry, Jesse. Yes, you're late.
We just finished the episode. 15-20 minutes ago. So we've been discussing. I remember that the Spaneroid.
No, it's 8 o'clock, Jesse.
7 o'clock Eastern time. Eastern time, Jesse. We're in Eastern time. Sorry, dude. But yeah, interestingly, the episode with Spaneroido, the wrench bot, that I ended up using that footage for grid defense. The conversation between Rick and Jag was from the episode with the wrench. Yep.
Bad Bat Guy is from RPM.
Bad guy. I'm trying to think, who was the bat?
You sure he's not thinking SPD? Or,
Oh, what, you're thinking Broodwing?
Yeah.
That's the one you're thinking of. I'm not sure who we're thinking of with that bad guy from RPM. Yeah, and that one's introduced quite a bit later. Anywho.
Spanner Meteoroid.
Yeah, the Spanner Meteoroid. Yeah, I know. He doesn't appear until, I believe, episode 19. So I wouldn't expect to be seeing him here, because that would be after the introduction of Gold and Silver. But yeah, I liked everything except for the deeply uncomfortable moral implications in the first half of this episode. Structurally
it was good.
It was solidly written. Emotionally, it hit some good hit targets. We tied it into overarching plots. It was really just the characterization for Devin, Rothby, and the relationship with the Beast Bots that was really problematic this episode and really brought things down. If that had been toned back a little bit, this could have been a really good episode. But as it was, Ooh, that was uncomfortable.
Oh!
What's up?
Jesse Torres pointed out, for the first time, we've had an episode in which none of the adults showed up.
That's right, we didn't see Shaw in this one. Nor the mayor or the reporter, but this is the first episode without Shaw, I believe.
Yep.
That's interesting. They kept it very focused on the 14s and the B-spots.
Who is Bad Bat Guy?
I don't know. I'm not sure who what that's referring to. Trying to think of it, but nothing's coming to my head right now. And yeah, now I lost my train of thought again. But yeah, this was definitely an episode where where undertones can undermine what is otherwise a solidly constructed episode. And just a few lines can just make everything deeply uncomfortable. Wait, are you trying to say, I don't know what he means by, I don't know what bat means, but are you saying that you wish that Evox was Vengex? I don't know if that's what you're trying to get at.
How would you feel if the sentient Zords and Megazords could talk? I think it would be cool. Jake, how do you feel?
I don't know.
Like Isis Megazord, Dragon Zord, Galaxy Megazord, Samurai Megazord, etc.
I mean, we had Animus, who I know has been met with a lot of animosity.
That's right, Chase.
Yeah. But as far as sentient Megazords, I don't know. I mean, one of the things is that it does take away, to an extent, the Rangers' involvement, I think, if the Zords were completely independent.
Danny is scared of a higher place. But Max says, never give up.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. That was a good episode.
I know. That was one of the early episodes of Wild Force.
Yeah, that's what Samantha's been watching Wild Force.
Oh, that's fun.
How do you think they will end episode 8 going into a 3 to 4 month hiatus?
I really don't know. I've been trying to think in terms of what this whole thing with the Cybergate's going to be, because I can't think of a clear analog episode from Go Busters.
What? Super Ninja Steel had the same bad guy as Mystic Force?
Oh, Necroli.
That was a bat lady.
Yes.
Bad lady bat.
But yeah, I've been trying to think in terms of what is a clear, a good hiatus mark, and I really don't know. Just basing off of Go Busters footage, because as far as big change-ups,
that works, Chase. Bad bat monster.
Yeah. As far as like change-ups, we have
I wish the Beast Swords could talk.
Until we get BJ Stagg and Jin, I can't really think of anything that was big change-up in the early episodes of Beast Morphers. I mean, there were.
Did you just say?
There were a few.
You said
Go
Busters.
Go Busters. I mean, there were a few hostage situations that could lend itself well to a cliffhanger, but I don't think that's what they're going to go for. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do for their mid-season finale, because they're clearly building up to something.
To something, yes.
But we don't know what, which is refreshing. It hasn't been really well telegraphed where this Cybergate plot is going.
Did Go Busters have 2 different themes?
Yes. After its
Jesse.
changeover.
Yes, Jesse.
Yes, Jesse. And yeah, I know Animus had his whole issues with kite, and yeah, that was he was a problem. He's a bit of a problematic character in certain regards. But
well done, well done.
I don't know.
Trying to make up for lost time. You are
speaking
succeeding.
Megazords do kind of crowd the cast a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Especially considering they're characters that really can only really engage in battle.
I'm kind of okay with the idea of sentient animal Zords that don't speak, because sentience and sapience are two different things.
Right. And I think the Beast Bots are kind of the closest thing to...
A house cat is sentient.
Yeah.
But he's not sapient.
Right. I think operating the way the Beast Bots do, where they have out-of-Zord forms, and they interact directly with the Rangers, and it's a partnership, I think that's the best version of a sentient Megazord.
That would be an interesting way to end it, yes, Jesse.
Evox
getting a body to fight for the end of the...
I'd be really surprised if he gets a body this early in the show. I don't...
I wouldn't... I mean, it would surprise me, but it would be an interesting way of doing their mid-season finale.
Oh,
is that a picture of right behind us?
Yeah, that's from the Power Rangers movie from 2017. It's a signed...
Other Power Rangers movies.
Signed poster
and
from the cast.
And that is Dark Crystal by Jim Henson.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm curious to see where things are going to go, because I feel like there should be some sort of cliffhanger or some big shakeup of the status quo for the next episode. But I don't see Evox just, leaving the cyber dimension. Or Evox being... Maybe Evox being temporarily destroyed or something. I don't know. Power Rangers 2017 has not been confirmed to be getting a sequel yet. The only thing that's been confirmed is that Hasbro does want to do another movie, but there has been no confirmation that it would be in the same universe as Power Rangers 2017.
Yeah. I would love it if it was. I don't know if it will be.
Yeah. And so I think that about wraps things up. Well, at this point, we're sort of just fielding random questions.
Yeah, I don't mean fielding random questions.
I don't either. But I know it's been over an hour now.
It wasn't the worst PR movie?
Like,
I don't think it was a bad movie at all.
Yeah. Like, every Power Rangers movie has its pros and cons.
Hasbro made a kid a Power Ranger.
They have not, to my knowledge, unless you're considering Nate to be a kid, and he has not yet been a Power Ranger.
Was there like a Make-A-Wish thing or something that they did? Because the only kid Power Ranger I can think of is Justin.
Yeah. I liked the emotional arcs of the Power Rangers movie, and I felt like the late morph worked for that, but
plus
they needed more of a continuity of body language for the transition from teens into Rangers, because the lack of it made for a disconnect once we got into the final act of the movie.
Also, wait, 13? I'm pretty sure Nate's older than 13.
He's got to be at least 16.
Yeah. 13 looks a lot younger than that.
Yeah. That is,
13 looks like a child.
I tutor like 13-year-olds. Well, not many, but I tutor some 13-year-olds, and no, that he's not 13.
No, he is...
I'm sure the actor is like 19.
The actor's probably like 19. The character's got to be like 16, 17. He's age contemporaneous with Dr. K.
Yeah.
They did have a kid Power Ranger back in Turbo.
Yep.
And if he's 13, he is way too young to be shipped with Zoe. Exactly.
So, yeah, so far, so now we're at basically, we're almost up to the mid-season finale now.
Yeah.
And I think that'll kind of really sort of solidify where the fandom stands on Beast Morphers. I think that overall, it's been solid. It's been a solid season of Power Rangers. I wouldn't rank it as being like super top tier or anything yet. We'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah, I
but
think so too.
I'd say that this is like solidly with like Dino Charge level.
Chalk would like
maybe
to
a little
see
bit better
more
in terms
pyrotechnics.
of
Chalk would like more pyrotechnics.
Well, you can always look at the Kayla Shara.
I was gonna say, Kayla Shara's got lots of pyrotechnics. If you like pyrotechnics, you should check out some of the Bruce Kalish seasons.
But yeah, this has been, I'd say, very much on par with early Dino Charge.
Fireball? Could that happen to me in the kitchen?
And with it having the benefit of stronger continuity, it has stronger continuity with the franchise. It's got a lot more original elements. So those are little things that's giving it a little bit of an edge in certain regards over Dino Charge. That being said, I feel like I connected a little bit more with the characters on Dino Charge. So they're pretty close as far as if we are comparing the early episodes of both seasons.
It may indeed have been a missed opportunity to do that, but we have definitely already started filming parts of 88 and will not be changing what episode it is.
Yeah, at this point, nothing is changing with regards to episode choices. I will say with regards to Lee and Bo's origin, I assume you're referring to Heir Apparent, if I'm remembering the episode title correctly. That was a two-parter, and it's really tough to cover two-parters. That was really the biggest issue with trying to choose a good Mystic Force episode for Year 3, was the fact that Mystic Force has so many multi-parters.
It was the hologram generator that Nate showed earlier in the episode with the car. That's how they hid in the boxes.
Yes, yes. But yeah, with yeah, I did watch Zhuoger. So I have actually completed watching Zhuoger now. And yeah, Bungley was pretty cool. I liked him. I've been working on catching up on a lot of the last 10 years of Toku. And I think this episode for both of us really solidified Jax as being the kind of the star of the Beast Bots. As wonderful as Kelson is, Jax was great in this episode. And he was the strongest part of this episode. If we could just have this, if we could have had if you just sliced Devin and Ravi out of this episode, the rest of it's great. Devin and Ravi were really, really harsh in this one. Oh man, I do remember that. That was weird, that pasta monster from Zhuoger. I told you about that one. Mm-hmm. That was a weird one. It was ultra carb pasta or whatever. Alright, so I do think that we should be wrapping up because it has been about an hour and 15. As much as I appreciate...
Alright, so let me grab what I always grab at the end of
the Discord link.
Yep.
So that, yeah, if you guys do want to continue chatting with me, asking questions, I do hang out in the Power Rangers Discord server that's been online these last few weeks. So feel free to hit me up over there. And I'd be happy to say hi. I'm just on there as Jake. And yeah, I assume that I don't know what the ages are on the Rangers, and it's still weird to me that they never address college for them being teenagers. What was that? Oh man, there were a lot of weird monsters in Zhuoger. That is true. Stealing Pants was weird. Okay, so Marissa has shared the Discord channel, so if you guys want to continue, or Discord server, sorry. So if you guys do want to continue chatting with me, chat with me there. I'll be online just a few minutes after we wrap up here. Once again, next week we are going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Eastern Time!
On Saturday.
'Cause I'm stuck at work till 8.
Yep. So, and that will be the big mid-season finale, I presume, of Beast Morphers, unless they decide to really shake things up and continue into May.
Where I am the IT guy, and I will yell at my users going, so the computer did exactly what you told it to, and it's the computer's fault?
Yeah. You just want... I'm not gonna lie. One of the most satisfying parts of the episode was Smash just, boom! Knocking Robbie across the room. That was nice. So to wrap things...
I do like it when Nate brings the sass, though.
That was good.
Alright,
so until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
What we have here is a serious case of user error.